Hey everyone, it's Aaron. Welcome back to Cheap Wax Chronicles. Today we have a card opening video of an eBay grab bag that I picked up a couple days ago that actually is already here, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But here we go. So I picked up this from this eBay seller. He is selling 100 card lots at $10 with free shipping, which is a pretty decent deal depending on what you can pick up. He's advertising, mid 80s through 95 or so. I'm expecting we'll see mostly late 80s through 92 maybe. So, but I did buy 2 lots. I mean, it's $20. We'll see how things work out. So let's take a look at our package here. Let's make sure we are nice and focused, and we'll pick her up. So again, this is 2 lots worth. This is supposed to be about 200 cards, which is probably going to be around, what, about 12 to 14 packs. So let's see what we got here. And my idea with getting 2 lots is hopefully we'll get something completely different for all of the packs. We'll see how it goes. And they're pretty decently packed. Empty. Let's see what we got. 1990 Fleer, 1990 Donruss, 1992 Donruss Series 1, another pack of 1990 Fleer, 92 Stadium Club Series 1. Ooh, this is a good one. This is 1991 Leaf Series 2, 1989 Score, 1989 Topps, a couple packs of 1989 Donruss, so we might be able to pull Griffey out of there. Another 1990 Donruss, 1992 Upper Deck. Ooh, interesting. 1991 O-Pee-Chee Premier. That's not one you see very often. And then 1988 Score. So that's their Premier. So let's take a look at these and sort them out. Put the foils off to the side. And let's start with one of these 89 Donrusses. Well, it's 88 Donruss, I'm sorry. These ones have, so Roberto Almar's rookie in here. I'm not sure what other rookies are in that one, actually. That is a, who was this? I was going to say in the back, Stan Musial is the puzzle that year. All right, Jim DeShays, Greg Matthews, Shane Raleigh, Rob Murphy, Ed Whitson, Doug Drabeck, Barry Bonds, good card. Jeff Dedman, Rafael Palmeiro, and that is a second-year card for him. Dave Magadan, Mike Kingery. I believe he's the father of Scott Kingery, who's playing for Philly. John Cerruti, Kent Herbeck, Gary Gaetti, Diamond King, and Tony Fernandez. A couple of nice little Twins vintages in there. And I like to look at those Diamond Kings that year. This continued that stretch from about, I think is 84, 85 to about 90, where he had some of these more abstract backgrounds with the player portraits. So that's kind of a nice little card. All right, let's take a look at 92 Stadium Club. And I'll throw up a card to a video I did, I believe it was the second ever video I ever did, talking about 92 Stadium Club and how much I kind of hated this set, actually. The cards themselves are not too bad, but it's just, it's not a special set when you think about it. Ken Camditti, Jim Abbott, and Larry Parrish, and David Cohn, Kip Gross, Deion Sanders, Neon Dion. That's a decent little card. Greg Olson. Is that Greg Olson? Yep. Scott Fletcher, Bobby Thigpen, Alan Anderson. Throwaway card explaining Topps' advanced stats for the 92 Stadium Club. And Artur Reyes, Brian Bohannon, Tommy Gregg, a checklist, and Mike Jeffcoat. So nothing super special out of that pack. But yeah, I mean, I was never a real big fan of these, and I also pretty much have the entire set at this point. So we'll see how that goes. We'll go and move on to 90 Donruss. And these ones, this set was riddled with errors and had some issues with printing. Actually had some cards that were triple printed because they wanted to cram the bonus cards in there, and yeah, it was just nuts. So this was not a good set from Donruss. Also, owing to the fact that they had an odd number of cards in the set. Typically what they would do is, I completely decimated that pack. What Donruss did is they usually use 56 card sheets for the factory sets and 132 card sheets for the whatever go into the retail channels. And in 1990 they had a 715 card set, so it really sort of screwed up how they did printing, and so there are a lot of cards that double printed and even triple printed. So Yaz is the puzzle that year. Start with a Bryn Smith Diamond King, and again you can see sort of the abstract background there. Joe McGrain, Greg Briley, Will Clark is actually good. Bo Jackson in a Royals uniform, that's an all-star card for him. Nick Asaski, Barry Larkin, another Diamond King of Ozzie Guillen, Scott Scudder, Kenneth Phelps, Mitch Williams, The Wild Thing, Von Hayes, there's one of your MVP bonus cards, Rene Gonzalez, Greg Harris, Jose Nunez, and Bill Dorn. And Bill Dorn, unfortunately, has quite a bit of wax residue on the end of that card, so I think that was kind of shot, but that's the way it goes. Let's do 1990 Fleer. And this is another card set that I believe is just the doldrums of card design. I don't think there's anything redeeming about this set. Honestly, I don't think there are any good rookies in it. It's just not one of my favorites. And again, in my last video where I opened up some 91 Fleers, I was talking about how they actually had stickers, and they did the 4 mini insignias for 91. 1990, you have those full bleed insignias. And then they have the baseball quiz on the back of these ones instead of having the top 10s. So, Kevin Brown, John Smoltz, that's a decent one. Interesting. So Wade Boggs and Mike Greenwell. John Costello, Mike Kaminsky, Dwight Gooden, Phil Bradley, Chris Bosio, Charlie Lee Brandt, Jeff Musselman, Greg Swindell, Rob Dibble, a 10th anniversary of 1981 when obviously Fleer came out with their first set. Fernando Valenzuela broke out in a big way that year. Mike Lacasse and Mike Smithson. And again, I mean, there's just nothing special about these cards at all. I mean, they're really boring design-wise. Photos are okay. And then the backs are just, I mean, they're, you know, a tricolor printing. It's pretty boring. But that's just, to me, not my favorite. Let's try one of these foils. We'll do 91 Leaf here. And this was, I believe, their first experiment with silver printing. Oh, we got a Leaf Gold in the back already. I didn't realize these came with a card or a puzzle. So Harmon Killebrew, the puzzle for Leaf. And that's actually interesting. Look at that. That's actually a foil puzzle. That's an interesting puzzle piece. I'll take a look at that set and see if I can complete that puzzle set. That's really interesting. Was not aware of that. All right, so Mike Huff is your Leaf Gold rookie. And nice little foil stamping. I will throw up a picture in post here showing an autograph I pulled from the current Leaf, I believe it's called Leaf Ultimate Draft, where it's a Jason Dominguez autograph that uses that same 91 foil printing. It's actually pretty interesting. Xavier Hernandez, Gary Carter, Dave Valley, Corey Snyder, Chico Walker, John Morris, Mike Stanton, Steve Chitrin, Jamie Navarro, Juan Agosto, Andre Dawson's a decent one, Joe Klink, Dave Smith, and Gilberto Reyes. So I honestly think that the puzzle is probably the most interesting thing to me in that pack, which is kind of unfortunate. But a nice card of Andre Dawson. And then 89, and this is kind of odd because instead of being a wax pack like I'm used to, this is a cello pack, but this is also only a 15-card cello pack. So I wonder what's going to come out of this thing. A nice big piece of gum coming out of the middle there. And with your Topps Company store, oh, you could actually buy sports card collector sheets from Topps that year. So if you couldn't get enough of the Ultra Pro or whatever crappy PVC loaded pages were out at that time, you could buy some from Topps. I'm not going to eat this, but again, look at how brittle this is. I mean, it just snaps right in half. All right, so let's take a look at these guys. All right, Mark McGwire to start that pack off. That's not a bad card at all, and that one's actually in really decent shape. Brett Butler, Terry Pendleton, Billy Hatcher, Scott Bankhead, Henry Cotto, Denby Martinez, Lloyd McClendon, Steve Trout, Todd Benzinger, Todd Burns, Mike Birkbeck, Ozzie Virgil, Greg Gross, and Tommy Herr, who I believe we also saw in that last pack. So that's an interesting pack. I don't see a whole lot of cellos. I'm not sure what the owner or the deal is behind that. I'll have to explore that a little bit and figure out why they're actually cello packs versus wax packs. But that's really interesting. All right, and then let's take a look. We've already opened Donruss 88 and Fleer 90 and Donruss 90. Let's take a look at 89 score. Funny thing about 89 score is they had the same typeface that Donruss had in 89. I'm sure it was a totally accent that did that, but it just kind of, I think it's pretty funny anyway. Alan Tran will start that one off. Another Andre Dawson. Bill Ripken. Wrong series. Kelly Downs. Bobby Odeda. Bill Swift. 1959. A year to remember. And a nice little factoid about Rocky Colavito, I think it was. Doug Sisk, Dale Savam, Les Straker, Jesse Orozco, and again, one of those guys that just played for forever. Jerry Royce, Eric King, Dave Bergman, Mike Birkbeck, again. Gary Varsho, who again his son Dalton Varsho is playing in the league, and then John Smoltz, and I believe that is a rookie card for him. So that's nice. All right, let's take a look at our 1991 OPG Premier. So this is, for those of you who don't know, in the mid-'80s, well, I guess in the 80s, and then also in the 70s, Topps did OPG. They had a deal with the OPG company to actually produce baseball cards for them. And so they actually, anything that looked like it was Topps in Canada was OPG with, bilingual backs. And then, I believe they stopped doing it in 92 maybe, because 91 still had an OPG, but then they came out with this in stateside, and this is OPG Premier. And this is supposed to be their sort of more premium product, kind of like with Donruss and Leaf, because Leaf was the Canadian power part for Donruss for quite a while too. So you have Kirk Gibson, Mel Rojas, Terry Pendleton again, Dave Smith again, Scott Sanderson, Lance Dixon, and Gary Carter. And you can tell again that's sort of that more premium feel from Topps. It's not a wax, or it's not foil, but it's still, well, I guess it is a foil pack. And you only get 10 cards per pack. And then it's got the full color back with a nice photo on the back. And I believe this set only ran to about 200. So, I mean, it was not a big set at all. But, they're good-looking cards for the era. Never sold as well as I think they were hoping, because I think that they only kept on making OPG for maybe 2-3 more years. All right. Well, let's check out some of the repeat packs. Let's go back to 90 Fleer and get that one out of the way. Another full bleed sticker, the Motor City Kitties. Willie Wilson, Carlos Martinez, Pat Sheridan, Curtis Wilkerson. Chuck Finley was a pretty good pitcher for a while. Tony Fernandez, Felix Jose, Kurt Ford. John Cerruti again, Jose Lean, Gene Larkin, that's a decent card, Jody Davis. Neil Heaton, who was drafted by the Twins, got traded to the Pirates before he ever made his Major League debut. Jerry Reed and Ken Daly out of that pack. So that pack was kind of a bust. I believe we have an 88 score here, so let's take a look at that. This is their premier release. Score had never put out cards before this, at least with this brand. They did own the IP for Sportflix at the time. And that's obviously where the baseball factoids comes from. But this is the first paper card they made. Ozzie Smith to start that card out. Jose Smith, Juan Samuel, Chris Bando, Roger McDowell. A year to, or do you remember Shea Stadium? And Tom Seaver highlight card. Angel Salazar, Chuck Jackson, Scott Bankhead, Randy St. Clair, Willie Fraser, Mark Davis, Mike Henneman, Von Hayes, Don Oss, Chris Gwynn, Greg Jeffries, and Paul Molitor. 1987 highlights. So they're not, again, the score is not my favorite, but that's just personal opinion. There's some things they did better than the others, but I'm not real partial to them. Okay, let's try 90 Donruss again. See if we can pull anything decent out of here. One thing to look for out of this series is you are going to see a Dave Justice rookie. I believe that you're going to see... Who else is going to be in here? I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I would know that was in here. Frank Thomas was a rookie in 90, but he was only in score and tops. Didn't have a Donruss card until 91. Although he was in Leaf and Upper Deck as well. And look at all that terrible wax. Yeah, so another EAS puzzle. The other thing to look for in here is that these later print runs, which I could tell is a later print run because of the Bo Jackson card. I'll show that to you in a second. Mike Bielecki, Kevin Mitchell, John Smiley, Steve Sachs, MVP, Scott Terry, Paul Gibson, Todd Benzinger, Dave Stewart, and maybe I don't have to show you the Bo Jackson, but what I'll show you is on the back here. So for every Donruss card, they always show recent Major League performance. And on the All-Star cards, for some reason this year they all put recent Major League performance instead of All-Star game performance on them. And so every All-Star card, there's at least 2 variations, and some of them have 3 variations. And I think there's actually one that has a 4th variation too. Some of them have white stars. Some of them have lines that go through the stars, and some of them have lines that go through the stars and are white, as well as having those All-Star Game variations. And then in the set, there also is a special. There are 2 special Nolan Ryan cards. There's a King of Kings, which takes on the Diamond Kings thing and has a blurb about him being, a superb pitcher, obviously through 4 decades. And then there's also a 5,000 Ks card that came out, and there were errors with those cards actually having the reverses printed in the wrong cards. So those are also interesting. Ernie Witt, Jesse Orozco. Couldn't read his name. Randy Velarde, Scott Kuba, rookie, Pat Combs rookie, Jim Gantner, Kurt Van Warning, and Shane Raleigh. And that card is absolutely destroyed, so that'll go in the trash pile. All right. Let's try 88 Donruss again. I was a little bummed to see that we got so many repeat packs. I would have liked to see a little more variety, but I guess my expectations weren't super high. Stan Musial puzzle again. Keith Atherton, Keith Hernandez, Mark Langston, Paul Moss, Glenn Hubbard, Chili Davis, Mike Lavalier, Tracy Jones, Greg Bookins, Darren Dalton, Ken Caminiti, and that is his rookie. Willie McGee, Bill Long, Bobby Boone, and Pete Incaviglia. And now on to our last couple packs. In our last, I think they're our newest packs. We'll start with 92 Donruss. And this is the year that Donruss actually moved to Premium. And this is Series 1, so there are actually puzzle pieces in this. The puzzle pieces did not make it in the Series 2. And this is also the year they moved to doing the Diamond Kings as an insert set versus a subset, so we'll see if we actually pull one. So there's Rod Carew Puzzle. Juan Agosto, we've seen a ton of him. Kenny Hill, Mark Wallers, Eric Yelding, Tom Henke, Wally Whitehurst, George Bell, Mike Lavalier again, Dwayne Henry, Bobby Thompson, Dave Magadan, Doug DeCenzo, John Habian, Bob Walk, and Chris James. And that pack was kind of a bust as well. I always liked the way these cards looked. And again, in post, I might throw up a mock-up of a card I made for myself because I'm a giant nerd, but that's me. And then our last pack is 92 Upper Deck. And this is Low Series because it's got the Ted Williams on it. And again, I think we opened this last week, or last video. But these are always nice cards. And there's a Chipper Jones rookie in this set. Cecil Wheeler Diamond Skills. Brett Barbary, Wally Backman, Mike Timlin, Lance Parrish, Paul McClellan, Glenn Allen Hill, Russ Swan. There's your Cecil Fielder Diamond Skills. And then one thing we didn't see in the last pack we opened was there's your full size 3.5 by 2.5 hologram of the Oakland A's. So a nice little pack in there. And I think this is the last year that Upper Deck did that as well. So Alan Trammell, Jim Deshaies, Dave Steeb, Greg Gagne, Jeremy Hernandez, Joe Vitiello, and Hubie Brooks. And then we got some more down here. I know we already looked through those. Alright, so those are our cards. What was that? That was, like 12 packs. So, it's always a luck of the draw when it comes to that stuff from the 80s and 90s, but it's always kind of fun to go through. We got to see a couple of nice twins, got a couple of Hall of Famers in there. And, I think that we did pull that John Smoltz rookie, so that's kind of nice too. So that's what I got for you. If you do like what you see, obviously go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, and then leave a comment. Do you have anything to say? If you have suggestions for future videos, I'm always open to them. Coming up in the next video, I'll be taking a look at my personal collection a little bit and showing off some cards that I really enjoy having, and just talk about what I like to actually PC and what I would rather trade off and give to other collectors. So up until then, stay safe and stay well. Let's keep on the right track here as far as opening back up, and everybody, stay well and support your local card shop.